Hello, how's it going, everyone? How's it going? It is a Saturday, so we got some time off. Alright. I don't know why I'm feeling a lot more excitable today. I think it's just because there's a new game. I got so pumped up. From when I watched that Switch, direct, the partner one that had Paranormasight. I got so excited. There's a new Paranormasight. All right. I gotta retain my. I have to keep my composure. Because I know if I hear that music again, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. Because I associate that music with just like, oh, the game's about to drop something real cool on me. But like the moment you do is like, what's it called? The main menu. You just dropped immediately into it. And yep, that hits hard. Gotta put the volume up on my earphones. I need that surround sound. Let me see if I can. There we go. I just want to make sure that wasn't called. I can hear myself. Alright. Wanted to give it a little bit of time, but we're 10 minutes in, so maybe it should be a good enough time to get started. We're into a story. Hopefully what's it called? It's going to be pretty easy to catch people up on it, but I am hooked. I am invested. Alright. Let's get going. Oh! I was gonna click the options menu to be safe. Oh, yep. There's my boy. My apologies for the wait. Welcome, welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the storyteller, your guide into the world of Paranormasight. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. But there are some important matters I must address first, so please, bear in mind. Bear with me for a while longer. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. Next, please look at the upper right corner of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check out the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. Up. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. Oh. So we got our music volume, sound effect volume, ambient volume. I wonder which one of these settings I'm going to play around. I'm gonna have to play around with. These are all fairly easy. Language can be changed at the title screen. I don't need vibration. Adjust the image brightness. There we go. That should be fine. Back. Up. No. Apply changes, sure. I recommend you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before continuing. Now let us go over the basic controls. When the game is in your control, you may drag the screen to look around in your surroundings. You'll once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. What's over here? Nothing. Wonderful! Well done. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you to talk to them. Please, go ahead and try with me. Oh, let me boop your nose, storyteller. Boop. Bravo! A fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. Do not fear, you will come to know where you are eventually. Once you have seen everything an option has to offer, a check mark will appear next to it, like so. Who am I? Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there's no need to be concerned. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you after all. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Ah yes, there is one thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as a guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight, one concerning the 7 mysteries of Honjo. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the tales of that event, the events of that tale, would you? Yes, I've played it before. I have good taste in video games. Is that so? So we have met before then. You look quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. I still had this model. Is it my tank top? Is it what I'm wearing in real life? In that case, there's nothing I need to warn you about. Well, I believe I kept you here long enough. The tale you're about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in Isle Bay, a stretch of sea bordering Mie Prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving mermaids. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar mermaid. Since ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all over the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. The tale of Yaobikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fukui Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, just as I've mentioned, these are only some of many events and legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has captivated the human heart for a myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Ah yes, the files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. What do you got on mermaids? What you got on mermaids? Mermaid, oh mermaid, I love you, but I'm afraid. Part fish, part girl, I still miss your world. First recorded appearance in Japan of a creature believed to be a mermaid was more than 1,300 years ago in the Nihon Shoki, Chronicle of Japan. At the time, the term mermaid was not yet of use, and most records are anecdotal reports of sightings of creatures resembling both fish and humans in various places, In ancient Japan, as well as in other parts of East Asia, depictions of mermaids often blurred the line between human and fish, frequently portraying them as grotesque monsters. The Middle Ages saw a spread of the legend of Yaobikuni throughout Japan, which claimed that eating their flesh granted immortality, eternal youth, and longevity. In the early and modern period, the image of mermaids diversified, attracting wider public interest. Mermaid mummies were exhibited in sideshows and illustrations, and literature featuring mermaids became more common. It was during this time that depictions of mermaids as having the upper body of a human woman and the lower body of a fish becoming more widely recognized. Tales like Hans Andersen's Little Mermaid being pretty high up there. Kunisada Utagawa and Hiroshige Utagawa's Miracles of Canon, adapted from the National Diet Library of Japan official website. Isle Bay, also known as the Sea of Isle, an enclosed but located in central Honshu. Although the exact range varies, in this game it refers to the area of sea surrounding the land, up to the line drawn at Cape Irago in Aichi Prefecture to Cape Dio in Mie Prefecture. The Mie Prefecture, the east part of the Kii Peninsula in central Honshu, and falls between both the Chubu and Kinki regions. Measuring 170 kilometers from north to south and 80 kilometers from east to west, it has a narrow, elongated shape, and is known for its rich natural diversity that differs greatly between its northern and southern regions. Very abundance has led to it being known as the Land of Great Beauty since ancient times, even back when it was still known as Ise Province. It is also purported to be the land whither repair the waves from the Eternal World, which led to the establishment of the Ise Shrine, as a place of enshrinement for the goddess Amaterasu. The Eternal World is said to be a realm, across the sea separate from the world in which we live in, often described as the Eternal Paradise. Ise was seen as the land where the waves from this world continuously broke, connecting the material world and the worlds beyond. Famous spots include Ise Shrine, Iseji route to Kumano-Kodo, which is an ancient pilgrimage route, birthplace of the Iga Ninja Clan and the Isehei Clan. Suzuka International Racing Course, if you know your Gran Turismo, you know your Gran Turismo, baby. Toba Aquarium, and Ise-Shima National Park, and many more. So we got, from this prefecture, we got pearls, Ise lobsters, abalone, turban shells, oysters, and other marine products, Ise udon, and Miss Yukari's favorite, Matsusaka beef. Anything else here? Nope. All good. We can continue the game and stop reading the back stuff. It seems you've already taken a look, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. Way ahead of you, baby. They may allow you to enjoy this story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there is a related entry in your files. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kameshima, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. Ise Bay. Ise Bay. You will experience events through the eyes of a young resident on the island, one Yuzami Nakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. I'll remember the Kuchi. Well, I believe this ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. This story is a work of fiction based on existing locations and legends. Please note that one of the locations that appears in this game is a fictional island. No thanks, I didn't get to read the rest. It's like, fuck that, I'm gonna believe in everything. Did you come to me, or did I come to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. Tale of Issei, passage 69, yes. Kari no Tsukai. August 1980 blank. Toba City, Prefecture. Mie Prefecture. Kamishima, Southern City. Oh, so we're still in the 80s. Oh man, it's set in the 80s. Right, that should do it. All good to go, Yuza? Yep. Ready as ready can be. I feel so light. I bet I could even outswim a shark. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kameshima's patron saint of diving begins today. Here you are, Yuza. Whoa, that sounds pretty impressive. But this is your first time diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know, it's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go. But make sure you don't go too far out from the boat at first. Besto friendo, Azami Kumoi. Ooh, you want me to touch his shoulder? No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're about to have a feast tonight. I'll hold you to that. A diving minigame will commence. Follow the instructions to get used to the controls, then press dive when you're ready. Alright. Get used to the controls. Oh, shit. They didn't tell me how to do the controls. I was just looking around. Diving, swimming, gathering. Hey, baby. This is quite a nice view. Okay, Yuza. This is your first dive, so don't let you stray too far from the boat. I can't take my eyes off of you, though. You know that. Remember to swim up when you want to come back to the boat. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. Alright. I'd like to dive down now. Wait, not into the water. I wanted to go down on him. Only 2 controls are needed. Move mouse and left click. Available actions automatically switch between swim, harvest, and return to boat depending on the situation. So it really is just using the glide for this. Areas where sea creatures are located will be marked with the exclamation point. Begin by looking around, try to locate potential catches. We got abalones. Up. You. I need you. Your oxygen gauge will decrease when diving. Be sure to go back to the boat before it runs out. You can return by turning your viewpoint upwards and selecting return. Up. No, up. Did I die? Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay, up and down are completely different. Oh, fuck. No, I had a gold one. I just ate shit before I could keep it. I'm pissed. Okay. Return to boat. Okay. It's like this isn't gonna make you mad. You're okay. You're all good. This is just playing video games. Gathering complete. You can only gather 2 at a time. Select a skill to increase. Means you could stay underwater for longer. Well, air, of course. Ah. Let's see. Let me try to get this going. Let me get my model switched. Up. There we go. Up. Jackets keep you dry. Of course. What's it called? This is a waterproof. This baby's waterproof. Oops. Let me try to drag my model out a little further. There we go. Ah. There we go. That covers the basics. Want to replay the tutorial? I died twice on your little tutorial. I don't think so. I drowned twice. I'm usually a good swimmer. Okay. Looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go a bit further so you can look for something bigger. The biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. Oh, just want to poke his lips. They're so chunky. I don't think I looked at any of the profiles yet. Okay. Yuza Minaguchi, 18. Young man born and raised in Kagoshima, Oliver genuinely quietly serious. Generally quiet and serious, he has an eccentric side that often sees him making jokes and wisecracks with a straight face, catching whoever he's talking to off guard. After losing his parents in a large-scale maritime accident a few years ago, 5 years ago, in fact, he was raised by his grandmother, a veteran AMA diver, Tsuyu Minakuchi. She briefly found work at a seafood processing plant in Toba. After graduating high school earlier in the year, but upon learning that Tsuyu had injured her leg, it forced her to retire from diving and caused difficulties in her daily life. He quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kagoshima. At present, he's caring for Tsuyu while looking for work on Kameshima, and recently made the decision to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps and become an AMA diver himself. Although he hasn't been able to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster, he's hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to natural talent. His current diver rank is 2. Quiet, introverted, he began to show a more animated side upon befriending Azami Kumoi, a boy his same age. It eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief. All of the maritime disease 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most of Kagoshimaa's inhabitants treated Yuza. Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it's uncommon for Azami to find himself caught up in Yuza's eccentric exploits. He's quick to laugh and follow the lead. Oh, nice. What's it called? Azami Kumoi, fisherman. Young man born and raised. He's been friends ever since childhood. He's a friendly and caring personality and willing to help out those around him that made him someone islanders of all ages rely on in need. His father was a fisherman. He accompanied him out in sea on his boat at a very young age. As a result, he grew up never doubting that he too would become one day a fisherman. After his father died in a maritime disaster, his mother, an AMA diver, took on the responsibility of raising him and his younger brother on her own. During the close season for diving, when his mother worked on the mainland, Azami was responsible for looking after his brother. After graduating middle school, he refused his mother's suggestion to attend high school and quickly obtained a 4th-class boat pilot license. While helping with fishing around the island, he's now able to take his father's small fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, out of fishing trips on his own. He has a frank, easygoing relationship with Yuza, his childhood friend, and the two get up to mischief together. Although he was happy for Yuza when he left to attend high school in the mainland and later found a job there, he also felt somewhat lonely. For this reason, he secretly welcomed the news that Yuza would be leaving his job to return back. Well, remember, the sea creatures are living things. They change places every time you dive, so be careful. Not like you have to master everything and all at once. You can take off whenever you're ready. Alright, let's see. Yes. Still have plenty of time left, so feel free to dive as much as you like. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring in. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Alright, I can't let you down. I can't let you down. Oh, we got urchin. We got uni. We got oysters. We gotta get up. Oh, can we kill? Did I absorb the fish? Could I have gotten the fish? You know, I could have picked up that fish and took it with me. Come on, guys. I feel so cheated. Alright, there's swimming faster, returning the boat faster. That's level 2. Can I level up more? Oh no. You want me to keep diving? Don't get too greedy. It's dangerous to stay out until you're almost out of air. You still need some air left to make it back to the boat after all. It's important to know when to give up the chase. Alright, I'll have a little bit more. It doesn't seem like the game is punishing me for trying to fish down here. One more. I'm being greedy. I need to leave. Come on, don't do it. Don't die. Come on, don't drown. Don't drown, you got this. Yeah. All right. We got more to do. There's a mystery down here. Oh, this is me. Or a body. What the hell is that? No! Get away from me! Ah! Oh, dang. Paranormasight. 2! The Mermaid's Curse. Written by this. Oh, we're doing a montage of people who I hope I don't recognize. That might spoil things. Oh. Dive failed. Let's retry. So that's all completely gone at this point. But like... How am I not dead? Did I just fantasize that? I guess I need to get all my diver rank up. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm getting a little more proficient. Those level ups have been good, but I also need to get back to the boat. Oh! It's gotten to the point where I haven't been, like, on the verge of death. Nice. Death? Whoa! One more. I wanna be greedy. I'm doing so good! I got dragged down into the depths of Hades and I came back! Aren't you impressed with me, hubby? Just try not to swim straight for the first sea creature you lay eyes on. You'll never know when you might be missing a bigger catch behind you. Keep calm and take a good look around first. Always so caring and compassionate. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually a little bit fun. Not a little bit fun. Like, a lot. I got a little hooked on this minigame. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Alright. We got all that leveled up. Alright. Reach diver rank 5. I'm enthusiast. I'm gonna switch my model back. It's been about 10 minutes. Here we go. A little more. A little more. There. Actually, maybe a little smaller. Oh no, not all small. This small. There we go. A little further there. That should do it. Can I keep going? You're not gonna stop me? Hey, rank 5 already. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Oh, I always want to impress you, of course. Now that's all now that's left is to dive to your heart's content. Just say the word when you want to head back. Hey, you said that, what's it called? I was off to a really good start. I want to get nautical with this. What is this? We got a lot. Come on, let's do this. Alright, up. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I might not make it. I made it. Ah! Alright. New record. That's... yeah. I'm doing good. You proud of... I'm still checking back. I just keep up the good work. One more time. This is a boss fight! Oh, I'm dead. I am dead as fuck. I did it! I got the Apollon! Ah! Are you impressed with me? I did it! I did it! No, I want to see him. I want to see him. Are you impressed with me? Whoa! Is that an Apollon? That's amazing. You really are the patron saint of diving. Call me that again. I want to hear it again, Azami. I love being buttered up. Hey, rank 6 already. Doing great. Keep up the good work. Now just dive to your heart's content. Okay, I think I might call it here. Oh. Ah. As low as it going. I'm switching on back to Lil Guy 1.0. And presto. Let me add this save slot just in case. Because, like, I mean, what if, like, I would just keep going? But I don't want to, because I want to get started with the story. So let's, actually, I want to look at the files to see if there's anything new. Ama Divers. Oh, that's what it is. Ama Divers. Ama is written with characters meaning sea and woman, generally refers to women who free dive for shells, seaweed, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent overharvesting and to help protect the marine environment. Although Ama divers operate in many regions, the Toba and Shima are known for having the highest number. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with the Seimon and Domon symbols to ward off misfortune. Even within Toba and Shima, the rules can vary greatly. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over a wetsuit is commonplace only in the Shima region. Despite the high population of Ama divers in Ise Bay, there are none to be found north of Ise City. It can be explained by a difference in sea floor compositions between the two. While the sandy sea floors near Ise allow for net fishing, the rocky seafloor of Toba and Shima make net fishing difficult, leading to the adoption of free diving as an alternative. Abalone harvesting has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dry goods, known as no shiawabi, which are then presented as offerings. This practice is said to have originated when Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined Amaterasu, was searching for a suitable food to offer the gods. While presented with abalones, but from an Ama diver named Oben, the princess found them exceptionally delicious, and decided that abalone would be the primary offering of the region. As a result, the Ama divers have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals. And there are some regions where they perform ritual dances as offerings. Note that Ama is sometimes written with the characters meaning sea and man. When the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional characters of sea and woman, and the language is set to Japanese. This is the island. I think, what's it called? Oh, oops. I feel like I might have read about the island. Oh, Ise Bay. Culture and Society, Kameshima. This is the one. Oh, it's like a little offshoot island over on the side of this prefecture. Of Mie Prefecture. Comes from the turtle-like shape with kame, which means turtle in Japanese. Famous for karst landscapes and other beautiful scenery, it's popular for tourists. The youth has been recently leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot known as Kameshi Maru. Alright, can't wait to see what Kameshi Maru is. Alright, we're leaving. We got some story to do. Oh! Congrats on the Klefki! Right. Let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? I bet you'll feel like you got a better grasp of things now. For sure. I feel like my diving rank's gone up at least a bit, too. So, you feel any different? Hello, bottom, back to old model, eh? Sometimes I switch back and forth. There's like usually a costume change redeem where I switch back and forth. I would never want to not use my older model or be able to, what's it called? I never feel like I like move on. And guess what? What would that be? Oh, feel any different now? So, you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? Well, I did see ghosts in the water. Nope. I feel exactly the same. Dude. Duty alert. Ah! I'm not cute. Stop it. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. Guess we were off our mark a bit, huh? So, what are you gonna do now? Should we call it a day? Let's talk about the whole. More importantly, mine. Azami. Before we head back, could we talk a bit? Sure. What's up? So, about my hole. So when I was diving just now, a giant hole in the seabed you never heard of before. Oh, a giant seabed you've never heard of before? Yeah, the rocks around it looked like they'd only recently collapsed. So I think it probably opened up within the last 2 months or so. Ah, now that you mention it. There was a pretty big earthquake around here about 3 months ago. Maybe that had something to do with it? Oh, that's right. That would have been before I got back. Anyway, you saw the giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it too, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try to take a look inside? It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might. Yeah. Right. So I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Well, when I looked down in the hole, a ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose out from the depths. A ghost that looked like you. It swarmed towards me, with its hand outstretched. It looked like it was trying to hand something to me, or maybe it was trying to tell me something. Man. What did you do then? You take its hand? I did. I felt like I couldn't resist somehow. I guess even a patron saint of diving does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was a patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. Sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Hey, Yuza. That thing you ran into. Think it could have been in Tomokazuki? Tomokazuki. What happened afterwards? Oh, wait. Actually, how do I describe him? This is Azami Kumoi, my best friend. I've known him since we were both kids growing up at Kamishima. When I told him I wanted to become an Ama diver, he was quick to offer his full support. It's Tomokazuki, huh? But why would something like that be here? Kamishima is located in the waters near the entrance of Isle Bay, Ise Bay. As such, there are strict regulations on both times and places when diving is allowed. So, anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to, I was back outside the hole. I thought maybe I'd black out due to a lack of oxygen. It had been some sort of hallucination. I see. Yeah, that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw, and that would be super embarrassing. Some people do say that Tomokazuki legends might have come out because the divers seeing things when they ran out of air. But hey, it's no big deal even if it was a hallucination. The most important thing is that you're safe. Still, I can't help but wonder about a hole suddenly appearing like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Huh? You've never heard of it? Well, I guess it's not even all the folks around here that know about it. But I guess not even all the folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar though. The Tomokazuki is sort of a ghost story around these parts. The story goes that sometimes, when diving, an Ama diver will come across another version of themselves, an exact copy. That other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Something they want. And when that diver reaches for it, the Tomokazuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Whoa, that's scary. But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't. It wasn't? Well, that's different. Maybe it forgot it at home or something. At home, huh? The abalone? Yeah, that abalone. Maybe it left it at home. Maybe the Tomokazuki is more careless than the legends let on. You're pretty forgetful though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy it imitated that aspect of you as well. Oh, that damn Tomokazuki. It knows my every weakness. Now that you mention it though, I think I do remember that story when I was younger. I guess the fact that I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am. No worries. It was a while ago, you know? By the way, you know those symbols on your diving gear? Symbols? Yep, Seimon and Domon. Seimon and Domon. The Ama divers around here have them somewhere on their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so... Oh, this is my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from the Tomokazuki. Interesting. But if I ran into a Tomokazuki just now, wouldn't that mean the charm didn't work? Maybe. That could be thanks to the charm that you made it back safely. Sea's a dangerous place, even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you. I see. So without this charm, I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then. Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter. What? Man, I got sharks. These are the protective symbols. They're worn as diving to prevent the blue dye from... Oh, I guess the, what's it called? The purple dye is made from the shells of the abalone. Or just from shells in general. I'm gonna switch back to my main model. My current model. Come on. Here you go. There you go. Go on back. And... onward and forward. Bip, 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 bip. Okay, underwater gathering log. We got the noble scallop, the purple sea urchin, the turban shell, the abalone. Oh, is there another one? I could have totally probably dove a little bit more. Should I have dove a little bit more? Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. I don't think I did. This is a game where they encourage you to keep trying. What's some of this stuff? I just saw something. Used to belong to his dad. No. This. What is this? Huh? What's this? Oh, good eye, Yuza. You must have a knack for finding mockingbirds. Mockingbirds? this supposed to be a bird? Yep. These are the famous bird stickers. No one knows who made them, but they showed up everywhere. They're pretty unique. There's just something about the area of birds dressed up as delinquents, you know? Weirdly charming. I was really surprised to find one on my own boat, but I decided to leave it be. To commemorate the occasion, I guess. By the way, that's Mockingbird 8. Tit for tat. He's a long-tailed tit. Why don't you take note if you find any more? Maybe it'll bring you good luck. Huh. Guess there's more of these mockingbirds than I thought. Alright. We're gonna be doing some tit collecting. Speaking of, I think I found 2 good ones over here. Hey Azami, about the Tomokazuki guy just now. Yeah? Do you think it has anything to do with what we're looking into? Unlocked a past recollection. My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take this chance to inform you about the unique ability of yours, the recollection feature. I guess they're not like trying to like kill people with their minds. But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart. From here on, you will return to this screen, this story chart, at breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. This screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things, as well as select where you wish to proceed to next. If the icon of a chapter is not dim, that indicates it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after it. However, there are occasions when the recollection button will appear during story, as you experienced just now. Pressing this button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words of the text, which will in turn unlock a new chapter, a past recollection chapter, for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Once you've unlocked such a chapter, it will become available for you to peruse as you wish. This ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. If so... Could your mom have become an Ama diver because she wanted to find the Tomokazuki? But she wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if we're true. Yeah? Good point. Alright, I know an ad break is starting soon, so I'm just going to be right back to go to the restroom. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright. And there. Alright. Is that all you wanted to talk about? No, there's actually more. Actually, this might be the most important part. I realize there's something I need to do after this. Something really important. Hey! So you found a lead down there after all. I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible's gonna happen. Hey, I believe you. Hey, I believe you. Go on, tell me everything. Alright, let's check this past one. The day before he sets off to sea, Yuza Minakuchi asks a zombie to meet him at the Kantakisho ruins. I see. So, if you say you want to be an Ama diver, then of course you got my full support. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Tsuyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Ama diver here. You must have some other reason, one big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Azami. Wouldn't take me even 0.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So what's up? Tell me everything. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Asami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. He's been looking out for me ever since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Anything here? I'm looking for a sticker. Oh, I don't see any sticker. Hey, Azami. What I'm about to say is gonna sound pretty crazy. Still wanna hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks. I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need to find one by tomorrow. Oh, a mermaid, huh? And by tomorrow at that? That's gonna be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on. I'm listening. Thanks, Azami. Is it okay if I talk a little about the disaster 5 years ago? Disaster. Huh? You're okay with it. Sure. I was in middle school at the time. My parents had taken me out into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere, sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was really terrible. So, what about the disaster do you want to talk about? Well, I've recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I know your memories of the disaster are kind of hazy due to the shock. But it's great you're starting to remember. Oh, but I guess it's not exactly something you'd want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying me, though. It's just that the things I remembered are a bit strange. So I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up until now. Strange, huh? Well, I see why you'd want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it. So about the accident. When we ran into the storm, our boat got caught up in a whirlpool. It started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. We were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine. That must have been real scary. The waves were knocking me around, so I took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed by the water. I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Yuza. But right after that, this huge wave came crashing down on me. And it got dragged down to the depths of the sea, life buoy and all. Huh? You got pulled under. But I thought... Yeah, up until now I thought I managed to safely stay afloat. By miracle, till I got rescued. But I remember now. I was pulled down underneath the waves. I remember being caught up in the current and tossed all about the water. I couldn't breathe, so I wasn't sure I was gonna die there or not. But then somebody grabbed me. Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious by that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I was certain somebody was there with me. Someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. From what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Exactly. So you were saved by a mermaid? I'm sure of it. And it looked exactly what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? But it was a really extreme situation. It's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had. That's the case. I'm gonna be super embarrassed. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten that out of that situation somehow. I can't imagine any normal person being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. Same. You'd have to be some sort of superhuman or something. Or not human at all. Man. Who would have guessed there were some mermaids here in Issei? If I really was saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life. I'd like to thank them in person if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? Wow, you managed to find him. I gotta thank them for saving you, huh? So I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened, and diving there to see if I can find anything. Wait. Are you sure? You almost died there. I'll be fine. In fact, since I'd never gone there, since the accident happened, I was also thinking I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory as well. Yeah, I'd like to at least offer flowers. Nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance. Like it's not... But it's not like it's going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Asami. I owe you one. There's no guarantee the mermaid will still be around there then, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that, you mind if I say something crazy? Again? Sure. What's up? Remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Miss Made. Well, she wasn't originally from Kameshima. She met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never really seemed to fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. Never spoke to me much either. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know? That she was suspicious because we didn't know a thing about her. Stuff like that. I guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in community activities, and almost never participated in community events. Felt like she was always keeping her distance from other islanders somehow. 20 years here, and she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, I never knew how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some sort of reason for that? Not as far as I know. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. Well, I guess I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What? Really? Yep. And that's what's that saying? Marching to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind. A blind fool. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, don't call me out. Why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back at it, there were a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at mama diving, but I never saw her eat any seafood. And sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to look at the sea before going out, and not come back for hours. Guess that is all pretty weird, huh? That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this. We usually keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today to show you. What's that? A fish scale? It's huge. Gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I'm glad it was at least 1 centimeter higher than 6. I always just figured she held on to it because it was a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. What fish could this scale have come from? And why was my mom holding on to it? Whoa, hold on there. You're not saying... I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then... is my mom. What do you think? I don't know. It's pretty out there. Could that even be possible? So your theory is that your mom used to be a mermaid. She became a human so she could live among us? Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid and then a disaster happened. I wasn't able to come back after. How's that sound? I don't know. But after hearing your story, I can't just dismiss it out of hand either. If that's really the case, and my mom really is still out there at sea somewhere, even if it's in a different form, I was thinking it would be nice to see her again. It might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but it still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. I know what you mean. Sometimes, feels like my pop's just gonna show up again, like nothing ever happened. Well, even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form anyhow. If my mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids, then maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear things up. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions the others have of her anyway. I see. So you think that by trying out ama diving, like your mom did, you might be able to find something? And maybe if you're lucky, You'll run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. And if I really am a descendant from a mermaid somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Alright, hadn't thought of that. I guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure if you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I've gotten the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either, and what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help. Thanks, I appreciate it. Though I don't know how people will react to you if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now. Just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'd be for the best. Just had to turn the light on a moment. Okay. Now we've gotten that settled. How about we head out tomorrow morning? That sound good to you? Yep. I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set. Still, I'm gonna find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. What's with the tight deadline? Well, sorry, I can't say right now. We managed to find one, I'll explain everything. I promise. Well, as long as you tell me later, it's all good. Oh, here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help us out. I wonder. It would be nice to have more help. But would they even believe me? The whole thing's pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back into the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still, knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing. See? I knew you'd be here. Whoa, speak of the devil. Yeah, when did you two get here? Oh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Boys will be boys, I guess. Oh, she's a cutie. Hey, you got us all wrong. You weren't talking about anything like that. Yeah, you gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted and... Oh. Tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yuza. And Sato, what's with the Sun keen interest? Oh. Yeah, let's all calm down, okay? It's not like that. We're having a perfectly normal conversation. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Don't just brush me off! You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. Don't act all innocent! You're the one that caused this mess, you know! I'm sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't shown up to association meetings, Asami. You should probably get going. Damn, the meeting! Totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Uzad. I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later. No problem. Thanks for coming, even though you're so busy. I guess I'll be on my way too. Sorry, but we got some important business on our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. So, did you hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name came up. I don't want to be nosy, though. I see. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami. I don't know what you guys were up to, but you piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me about it later, okay? Anyway, see you later. Sato. Roger. one more thing. Better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami he'd better remember it too. Sure, I'll tell him later. Alright, I'm gonna wait on this and go into the memories of the last summer. Let's save over here. The promised day arrives. After the usual morning dive, a group of 4 meet at the dock. Hey, Azami! Yuza! Over here! Good timing! I just got back too. Well, Azami? Well, Tsukasa. How'd it go? Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out. 2 whole scallops. Seriously, Tsukasa? You don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops. Sure I do. That was hard work. You should be praising me. Say, Uza, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? 1738. Yeah, I think. No way! You kidding me? Guess there's a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving. Ah, dang it. My cover's blown. They'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Tsugasa, don't let things get you down. You'll improve over time. Man, I've been diving way too long. Longer than you. You're better than me already. Some people are just born to be Ama divers. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. True. You always know the best thing to say, Sato. But for the record, I would have preferred a larger haul of scallops. Then we could have had a feast. Guess I should have seen that one coming. So what's the plan for today? Remember, Tsugasa, it's up to you. Right. We promised we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen. That's more like it. Let's see. First of all, I want us to go to swim at sea. Oh, sounds great. Can you remember the last time we did something like that just for fun? Right. I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even brought the new swimsuits for this. You got one picked out too, right, Sato? Sure do. Then after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. Ooh, fireworks. And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today. Sounds like a plan. Just leave it to us, everybody ready? Let's do this. There's a shark. It's coming this way. Better watch out, Azami. That's a close one, Azami. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. It's okay. I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you still can. And here, take this fin. It's something to remember me by. Keep it with you, always. Sorry, Yuza. I don't really dig farkshins. Shark fins that much. Oh, my heart. Look at the sea. It's like there's diamonds floating on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. Aw, the shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a life buoy. He's having such a blast. I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. One grilled squid coming right up. Don't throw it. It's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Catch this. Oh, that's hot. Is it better? You did that yourself. Hey, check out this huge sea snail. It's a cod. It's massive. That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul for sea snails to make up for it. So eat up, Azami. Have as many as you want. Hey, can I borrow a lighter? Sure. Want some squid too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kamashima's specialty. Fireworks style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? Ah, the juice is gonna get everywhere. It burns. Oops, sorry. My hand slipped. There it is. The famous Yuza. One-man show. Why does it look like this is unfinished? Start from after underwater gathering. Right. Let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in. Bet you feel like you've got a better grasp of things. Do you feel any different? Your body undergoing any weird changes? Nope, exactly the same. Same old Yuza I've always been. Guess we're a bit off the mark, huh? So you know, we call it a day. Playing with it. Oh, this is what it unlocks. Okay. I guess I don't have to do anything just yet. I guess this is good to know for later. Alright, let's do that one thing. Don't quit. Fine, Kamishima port. Oh, this is a different scene, I think. Hey, Yuza, I took your catch to the market while you were changing. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Keep this up, you should be able to make a healthy profit, even with the price of gas. That's great. I'll have to keep at it then. Here you are, Azami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Chie. How's your back doing? Not going to get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats right out now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah. It was more of a warning than a rule. The weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay. You should be better than that, Izami. You youngins never listen, do ya? And going out with that Minakuchi boy of all people. Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help out with my work. Wait a dang second. Don't tell me you went out to dive. Oops. Save over here. Why do you ask? I did, but why do you ask? Am I not allowed to be an Ama diver? Absolutely not. I won't allow it. What? Why? Yu's is a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become Ama divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. It ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene is what it is. Everyone agreed to put up with him being in the island for Suyu's sake. And now he gets it in his head to go diving of all things. Have you no sense, boy? Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause everyone trouble. Listen up, Mitakuchi boy. You better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? Hey now, I don't think that's going a bit far. There's no need to lay into Yuza like that. Izami. What? You really don't think anything of all this? After what his mother did? Nope, not at all. Yuza hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too. Maybe more than anyone else. Recently, there's been a strange rumbling coming from the sea. Same rumbling as 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might have been coming. They've been bracing themselves for another big disaster. Ah, is that what you meant by the storm? The weather forecast said things were gonna stay calm for a bit, though. To hell with the weather forecast. That didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, you see why we gotta stay in the God of the Sea's good graces. Not doing anything to upset him. Got it? Don't let it get you down, Yuza. Chie isn't a bad person at heart. The old folks here are pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulders about all this than I thought. Seems they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah. I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of the reasons I wanted to become an Ama diver. Yeah. Everyone's been avoiding the topic till now. That can't go on forever. Hey, you two. Oh, it's Kikuo. Hey, you two over there. Can I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them to the warehouse. Oh, she's cute. Thanks. I knew I could rely on you two youngins to help out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuo. How kind. Pretty sure you're the only ones who'd say that, though. I was told out of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away, just in case a storm hits. What a pain. So, you're getting ready for the storm too? Yep, pretty silly when the weather's this good, huh? It's not like I could say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an Ama diver, Yuzu? Well, that was the plan. But it's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even begin. Why now? You come back here to look after Tsuya? Yes, but I still have to work. And I've always been interested in Ama diving. Gran was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought I might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps? Still, I must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, they're likely to have been in a bit of an uproar. Are they really gonna set against Yuza? Are they really that set against Yuza going to sea? I've never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't see it where they can hear you. Where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here. They know you're close with Yuzu. They probably feel like they can't be tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. I can't deny there's been a creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though. It's no wonder everyone's unnerved. Some sort of disaster does end up happening again, and Yuza gets caught up in something he wasn't meant to. That'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid. Hey, I honestly think it's stupid too. But the truth is, there are a bunch of people who believe it, so making a fuss around it isn't gonna get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if the storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. Different kind of storm? Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told. No one will get in your case. Yeah? Give me a break! Why's he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised in Kamishima, just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe. But I can't just ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. And you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. Did his mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamoto always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you two just ask Suyu what she knows? Suyu? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She says she doesn't know anything. And you think it's a bit suspicious? You don't think it's suspicious? If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? Might be right. She is pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyways. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you just gotta grin and bear it. For everyone's sake, eh? Thanks for helping, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, yeah? Kiko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? The folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've gotten the sense I'm not exactly welcome here since I came back. I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much. That they were so suspicious of her. Seems like timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now. Still, I'm sure now my mom must have had some sort of secret. I'm almost certain it had something to do with what we're looking for. Everyone hears that went diving today. Might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True. If there's any time to ask your mom, it's now. I think we should see that old man Wakamura and Suyu to see what they have to say about all this. Yeah, assuming a Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. The residents are extremely against me becoming an Ama diver. Yuza believes that the hidden secret behind the deceased mother, Mara Minakuchi, is the reason for this. It is also the key to finding the mermaid. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see that old man Wakamura and Suyu. Assuming she wants to talk about it. Let's see, we're in the jetty. So let's go... Let's start here, then mull through here, and then there. Let's talk to Wakamura. You two again? What are you doing here? Chie's here too. We're chatting about something important now. Scram! Guess you got no choice but to come back later, huh? Seems like there's a bit of commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask? That'd be great. Thanks. Hey, what's up? Something happened? Oh, if it isn't a zombie. I don't know if you've heard, but... 15 minutes later. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid, but they did have some interesting things to say. Interesting things? You want the normal news or the worrying news? Let's start with worrying. Okay then. The reports that 2 Alma divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases around Ajika town on the mainland. Oh, were there diving accidents or something? I guess so. Seems it's still under investigation though. Sea hasn't been rough lately. I guess it is a dangerous job, so you never know what might happen. Still, 2 Alma divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago, there was some talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba, you know? I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Ijika? Maybe this is why Chia was going on about bad omens. Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. How about the normal news? So, we got a bunch of tourists visiting right now, as usual. What really got these people talking? That there's 2 foreigners among them. Oh, really? I hear the Isle Grand Shrine sees a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come into outlying islands like this. What's more, seems they've been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently, they said they've been coming here looking for mermaids. Mermaids? Curious, right? Yeah. Right when we were looking into them too. That's not all. For some reason, they were asking about your mom, Mare Minakuchi, too. What? But why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. Probably still in Kamishima at least. But the question is where? Well, I guess if I see 2 Westerners around, we'll know who they are, eh? Apparently they're an older man and a young girl. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know them when we get to see them. Hope we manage to find them, though. Okay. Looks like that's all the info we're gonna get around here. Let's try going somewhere else. Let's go back to the jetty a moment. Oh, look. Kiko is back. Wanna try talking to her again? Yeah, let's give it a shot. What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? Let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun. Got any ideas, Izu? Huh? Well, how about this? How about those boxes we helped with just now? Was that the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamishima merch hot off the presses. I thought so. What do we have this time? You wanna know, huh? I'll bet Azami's keen on finding out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamishima. Tourists seem to love that shirt too. You're wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anywho, the latest edition of our latest souvenir lineup is this. Huh? What's that? A hand mirror. Bingo! Specially hand mirror with a Kamishima design on the back. So, what do you think? Looks great. Why'd you go with another hand mirror though? Well, mirrors are a prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offerings for the sea god. Oh, that's cool. With all these people living on the island, surrounded by the sea, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune. And it's small enough to fit in your pocket, too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh? I've actually been handing these things to Amadivers around the island since yesterday. Told him it was a charm and that they should hang on to it for good luck. Ah, so everyone has one. That's kinda nice. One way to bring us all together. You're an Amadiver too now, right, Yuza? Why'd you take one? But I... Alright. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver, given what happened earlier. Like it really matters. We got plenty, so you should take one too. Thanks. Sorry for the trouble. No big deal. I don't want you to feel left out or anything. Guess that means Azami's getting one as well. Here you go. Wow, really? I'm always down for more Kameshimaru merch. Sure thing. Keep it safe and sound in your pocket. Maybe it'll keep you safe too. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Yeah? Were you the one that came up with the Kameshimaru Kikuo? Nope, can't take credit for that one. Oh right, I forgot you didn't know, Yuza. Know what? At one point, the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a mascot character. She even drew a design. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know? There are even mascots for the World Expo and the Japan Games. Oh, I see. So Tsukasa drew this. I only heard about it after the fact, too. I didn't know she was that good at drawing. And that's not just the cute little turtle. Unique look on its face makes a big impression. Yeah, the old guys here didn't seem so sure about it at first. Thanks to Azami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut. I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know? She put a lot of effort into it. Haha, I think it's a great mascot too, for what it's worth. How interesting. Glad I've asked. Did you go diving today as well, Kikuo? Oh, you mean that whole thing about how we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know is paying attention to that. I took a boat into the bay from the northern shores, but I didn't end up with much to show for it. The North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason. Just taking notes for later. I see. You're really serious about becoming an Amadiver, huh? Be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay. Any information you can give me is help enough. Sorry, but I'll help out when things have died down, okay? You have any tips? Does that help? Hey now! That's basically asking me to give away my company's secrets for free. Oh, I didn't mean anything like that. Just the basics would help. Basics, huh? How about this then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in the rocks while you're swimming. You should always stay aware of your surroundings. Being focused on your catch can get you in trouble. That makes sense. If you swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself, so don't panic too much if that happens. Okay? Thanks. I'll be careful. If I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. By the way, have you seen 2 foreign tourists that were supposedly visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists? Here? Today? No way. What do they look like? Hey, did they have blonde hair? Were they cool? I'm not sure. We don't know much about it either. Yeah. Guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. Yeah, well, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now! You two better not be thinking of following them around, Gop. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Weren't you just asking if they were cool or not? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Okay, we will. Have you heard about 2 Ama divers from the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of just how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign that something bad's gonna happen. But you should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. Start bringing it up, people look suspicious. And that's probably true, yeah. Personally, though, I think they were probably just unfortunate accidents. Let me read about her a moment. Mare, she has gone missing. Just take a liking to a normal environment, tight-lipped about her background, only from a small town in the mountains. Roughly 3 years ago, she suddenly arrived on Kamishima claiming she was a child of a relative of the Wakamuras. She showed no signs of attending school or doing any sort of work, instead of spending her days holed up in the household, leading many to wonder who she is and what she's doing. Though no one knows about her high-interest money lending behind the scenes, speculate that she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers, set to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. Masato herself is extremely easygoing, and doesn't seem to be bothered by the endless rumors. She's also a huge television show. Her recent obsessions are soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. She isn't all that fond of period dramas, though. Good friends with Tsukasa, who's close in age. Two can be shown enjoying themselves. Girl born and raised in Kamishima. Bright, friendly nature. Staying at a relative's house in Ise since last year in order to attend the all-girls high school in the mainland. Currently back on Kamishima for the summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends, and has been trying her hand at underwater gatherings since the current diving seasons began. Having long enough interest in the Ama lifestyle, her esteemed diver rank is 6, However, teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for the National University. Oh damn, that's my rank. She's been friends with Asami and Yuza since childhood, with their close rapport making up for differences in academic years. It was more common to find her playing with the two boys than the girls her own age. However, since leaving the island, she's become more conscious of their age difference and has put distance between herself and them. Hit off at Sato, a girl that came on the island to lodge up with the Wakamuras a few months ago, looking to show around the island whenever she returns home. The still pregnant mother moved in before giving birth to her shortly after. Tsukasa subsequently grew up with a single mother household. Although she used to ask her mother about her dad, her questions were always evaded, so she has since stopped inquiring. Or the fact that her mother never seemed to have financial difficulty despite that has led her to suspect he might be involved in some capacity. Alright, 28 years old. Fine. A woman born and raised in Kamishima, unmarried. Why not? To Q, unmarried, impossible. Known for a friendly, sociable nature and almost sister-like tendency, ever since her school days, harbored a strong desire to leave the Kamishima and make a life for herself. While most of her classmates began working as Ama divers following graduation, she enrolled in boarding school to fulfill this goal. She wanted a general administration job in the city. However, because her assigned work consists only of fulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she left after a year, changed jobs repeatedly, but found no further luck, eventually recognizing that success as an Ama diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity. She came to find the idea of such work appealing and moved back 4 years later. Despite her late start, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which saw her in the national athletic meet during her school days, an knack for analytical thinking and research that led to good results and has since earned her the respect of even veterans on the island. Her diver rank is 41. Ikuo has scant luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. Bitches. Her parents, anxious for their future, worry about the large birthmark on their face. To blame, but Kiko herself remains unfazed, citing her lack of interest in marriage as the primary cause, something which has caused them no end of concern. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time as an office employee, she has since embraced it, claiming it's her signal. She's the leader of the divers and fucking hates me. Married into the family shortly after the end of World War II at 20, working as an Ama diver for 40 years. Displayed natural talent, is known as Chie the Mermaid. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, enough to send all 3 of her kids to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in. Now a grandmother of 7, a back injury has led her to be less active, but she's still considered one of the most experienced divers. She is 67 in her rank. Is that all? I'll be getting back to work then. I might have to ask her more questions after I do these other segments. I think after this section, I'm going to probably head out. Not the, I mean, what's it called? This chapter. Not this, like, part of town. Well, if it's in Shotaro. Hey there, you two. Just the man I wanted to see. You wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you? Sato? No, I haven't seen her today. She was supposed to meet up with me earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show? Something happened? Oh, I'm sure it's because my old man's ridiculous requests earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he's thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. I can't believe he'd say something like that. Something wrong? Oh, pardon me, it's nothing for you two to worry about. By the way, Yuza, I hear you've become an Ama diver. Ah, yes. I was told to stop, but I'm currently on extended, if not permanent leave. Haha! Don't let it get you down! I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such shit. Wow, that's exactly it. You know why everyone keeps saying Yuza's mom's a bad omen, Shotaro? Ah, yes. What was it again? Something about her being the raging water waves curse bearer. We have curse bearers here. The what? Raging waves. Raging waves curse bearer. Raging waves is, well, exactly what you think it means. And the curse bearer has the power to call forth that calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. Oh, but I should really get going. Let me know what you see, Sato. Okay. See you later. I'm pretty curious what Shotaro said. Yeah. The Raging Waves Curse Bearer. Huh. Did people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. Worth a shot at least. Let's keep moving. Huh? Oh. Ah. Tsukasa! Sato! What's going on? Well, I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on. We're drawing too much attention here. Ah! Hey! What's that all about? Something was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened? I'm worried too, but Sato said she can't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. True. We shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Still, I get that feeling we probably shouldn't tell Shotaro we saw Sato here. Yeah, let's keep that to ourselves until we learn a bit more. Want to chat a bit more? Just a bit more. I don't have anybody. Oops. Alright, Minakuchi reference. Wagon wheel with Tootsie. Wagon wheel with Tootsie. Oh, welcome back, Yuza. Oh, Azami's here too. Oh, Azami's here too. Thanks for having me. You two went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? Get a decent haul? Gran, about that. I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an Ama diver, but I found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut. Goodness, did something happen? Oh, Chie and the others said all that. If I were you, I wouldn't pay them any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you? Sure it's okay? No point fretting over pointless details, is what I was about to say. It's what I always say. I must have underestimated just how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be hostile towards her. I just thought if you would have things would have calmed down by now, for sure. I'm sorry, Yuza. It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything. But are you sure there isn't a reason no one wants to talk to Mom? Or about Mom? Well, no reason I can think of. I'd like to get to the bottom of things there if possible. It's going to affect my life here if I don't, and I'd like to clear Mom's name too. You don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yuza coming back to Kamishima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going out diving? Well, no reason I can think of. The exact same answer as before. She's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom. But I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it about time you told me the truth? So how did it go? The dive went perfectly. You may know me as only your grandson, Yuza. But in truth, I'm a living legend. Kamishita's patron saint. Kamishima's patron saint of diving. Well now, that does sound impressive. Though, I think a living legend is a bit much. I'd rank you as a legend in training at best. You could tell all that just by a single glance? I know a greenhorn when I see one. Come back when you've spent a little more time at sea, eh? But I've been forbidden from diving till now, so it seems my life as an Ama diver will have to wait. No need to fret. I'm sure it'll all sort itself out in time. I don't know about that. Your grandma's the same as ever, hey? You have any diving advice for me, Gran? Advice? You're looking to get a higher score in a single dive. You should focus on gathering everything you can, even the small fry. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus on your final score. If you manage to nab a big catch, switching your focus to bring in as many small catches as possible should net you a good result. I see. That would be a great help. Sorry I had to leave earlier today to go diving, Gran. Is everything okay? How are you feeling? Well, I didn't have as much pep in my step today, but it's fine because Sato came over this morning. She really is a saint, always helping me out with cooking and cleaning like that. Again? What? Hello? Hello, Benkick Femboy, is it going? I am playing Paranormasight too, in which I am following this guy, Yuza, as he goes back to his hometown of, what's it called? Of, Kamishima, which is an island off of a prefecture in, like, the southeast of Japan over here. I am joined by my friend and life partner, Izami. I have to take care of my grandma. And apparently, what's it called? This is my mom, but she went missing. Going alright, just had a late breakfast. Oh, nice. Yeah, apparently, what's it called? My dad and mom and, like, his dad, like, died in this really big boat wreck. But, like, someone, like, kind of put it in his head that she might be, like, a mermaid. This is my grandma. And then this is, like, a neighborhood girl, and this is, like, her friend that created, like, a logo for the town, which is a very cute little, what's it called? A little frog. No, not a frog, a turtle. Kameshi Maru. This is a neighborhood boy. This is, what's it called? A diver. Apparently I'm not allowed to dive, because what's it called? My big ambition is being an Ama diver, which is what my mom was. Now, an Ama diver is... Yeah, I'm on. A diver that kind of, like, not only helps gather, like, things at the bottom of the lake or bottom of the ocean, but also has, like, little kind of, like, signs on them to be able to ward off, like, curses and such, or bad luck. Usually it's mostly women, but there's nothing forbidding men from doing it. But there is a high tension around him doing it because of his mother. So there's some people in town like Chie who really hate me. But at the moment, I'm back at my grandma's house to talk about, what's it called? Tsuyu's condition. And how other people around town are helping her. Again? Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her so much. I know Sato is coming over to help out here. Yeah, she and Gran became friends recently. Before I knew it, she was coming over every so often. Sato's such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about the latest TV drama's developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost immediately. Huh? Had no idea. I said she could relax here for a while, but she left earlier today. I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime. Alright? Of course, of course. You really can't think of any reason why anyone had such a problem with Mom. Well, alright. I'll be honest with you. Mare wasn't actually human. Huh? You mean we were right? Are you for real? Wait. Don't tell me you believe that. Can't you boys take a joke? I was obviously kidding. Did all that seawater pickle your common sense? Wait, you were joking? Of course I was. I thought I'd mess around with you a bit and see if I could get a rise out of you. You sure turned the tables on me. Turning a prank around on me like that. I have nothing more to teach you, young user. Oh, and here I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. It's no good. She said on giving us the slip. We're not gonna get anything more out of her like this. Maybe she'd be more willing to talk if I had more information. We're going out for a bit again, Gran. Got it. You two take care. Alright, let's go to this Wakamura residence. I went to every single spot. Ah, old man Wakamura. You mind if we ask you something real quick? It's just one thing after another. What now? Azami. And that Minakuchi boy. I heard from Chie you two went out into the bay to do some diving earlier. Well, I got a bone to pick with you. There's no time like the present. Okay. So, boy, serious about wanting to become a Nama diver? Huh? I thought at first you'd come here to get my permission to dive. But now I hear you've been running around with Tamari Minakuchi. What's the meaning of this? To be honest, we have been asking around. I guess there is no hiding it from you, though. Yuza! Sure this is okay? Probably best to be honest about things now, Azami. It's just like you said. You've been trying to find out more about my mom. I knew it. Anyway, the point is, no more sticking your noses where it don't belong, got it? Most of all, no becoming an Amadiver. So, if I give up on becoming an Amadiver, fall in line, will you tell me about my mom? All this sniffing around you're doing sure ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, you should be asking Suyu about all this business, not me. She gotta know more than I do. Oh? So, Suyu really doesn't know more than she's letting on. Grant says she doesn't know anything about my mom, though.
So she even said that to you?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know that much myself. Suyu's always been tight-lipped about Mari Minakuchi. Where she came from, what her deal was.
So you've been saying Yuza's mom was to blame for that massive storm, even though you don't know for sure?
Suyu ain't saying nothing deny it. Speaks for herself, don't it? If you don't like what you're hearing, you should go ask Suyu yourselves about it.
Mr. Wakamura, what is the Raging Waves curse bearer?
Where'd you hear about that? Gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut.
We heard it was some curse that whips the waves into a frenzy. Does sound like that would really exist. Does something like that really exist?
It does. Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by the same curse.
Curse of the Raging Waves?
And your mother, Mari Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. That storm is no natural disaster. It was entirely preventable. We'd only stopped her from going on the bay that day. Kamishima wouldn't have been suffering from such a tragedy.
What? My mom would never have done something like that.
Just because you don't remember don't mean she wasn't up to something out there. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say? You don't make a difference either way.
I don't get how you can say Mrs. Mari was a curse bearer or whatever, if you don't even know anything about her. You have any proof?
Proof? I got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. That's all the proof I need.
Sorcerer? You're basing this all on some woo-woo wizard said? Give me a break.
You can believe what you like. Don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. Bah, I don't have time to butt heads with you two. But I know what I'm saying is the honest truth.
Looks like there's no point trying to change his mind. Old man's as stubborn as a mule. So, really think there's a storm coming? And that storm is caused by a curse?
Of course I do. Some fellas who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact.
Police? Why would the police be warning you about a curse?
I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of a curse for their own benefit. But even you two must have noticed the rumbling coming from the sea over the past few days. That's proof of the curse of the Raging Waves is getting stronger.
So that's why you've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats out, prepare for a storm.
Sure is. Naturally, I can't just come out and say it's 'cause of the curse. There's no telling when a wave will rear its head. Too dangerous to go out in the water in these circumstances.
Even so, we'd have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep our mind out in the sea forever. We can't keep off the sea forever.
You're dang tootin'. Which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as possible from starting.
Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, though?
Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine. Let's see if this will change your minds.
I'm gonna pee a second, but I'll be right back. We're back. Oops. It's this one.
A long time back, there used to be another island to the south of here. Tashima, it was called.
Taishima. This is the first time I've heard of it.
They say it was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami near 400 years ago. The truth of the matter is that raiders overran the island, slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. The murdered islanders' resentment came rise to the curse of the raging waves, and the resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea, raiders and all.
Is that true?
That curse is still roiling around the seas near there to this end of their very day. Just one little push and that storm would come barreling down Kamishima next.
A push?
Something that would awaken the islanders' anger again, such as someone with ties to those raiders, say a descendant of theirs, drawing near to where Taishima was.
A descendant? Wait, you're saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders who attacked Taishima?
Sure am. And as your son, you share her blood.
But how could that...
Only natural everyone would see you as a bad omen. No? I really didn't want you back on the island, you know. Should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry.
You're telling me that's how everyone's seen Yuta and his folks this whole time? It's fine, Azami. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say. Are you saying the reason the curse of the raging waves reawakened is because I came back to Kamishima?
Nah, there's signs even before you came back. So the direct cause was probably something else. That still don't change the fact you're a bad omen, though.
How are you even planning on stopping the curse?
That ain't none of your concern. You just sit tight at home and stay out of my way.
And I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. We clear?
And that's all I'm gonna say on the matter. Should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourself home and stay put.
Seems like that's all we're gonna get out of him. Maybe we could ask Suya about what we just heard. She might be able to tell us more. I think that... What's it called? I think Harikikuo can ask us. Just a little bit more, yeah? There we go. Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Raging Waves? No, never heard of it. What's that? Well, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura just now. Wait, so you mean the disaster 5 years ago was caused by some curse? That same curse is going to cause the same thing to happen again? So it seems. The hell's he going on about? Trying to pass the dang thing off as some occult tripe? Don't tell me you two believe that rubbish. Well, did seem pretty believable. Oh please, he's obviously feeding you a load of nonsense. I don't know if you two are aware. There are rumors the old man's really been this shady sorcerer lately. Sorcerer? Yeah, some sort of miracle worker over here in Tokyo, or something. Apparently he'll do anything they say. That's probably why he's going on about curses and stuff. Shotaro did say he was behaving oddly recently. Even Shotaro thinks so, huh? And that's gotta be it. So it's just a hoax? Shouldn't pay any mind to that hogwash. Besides, doesn't it bother you he's trying to pin disaster on some sort of crazy curse? Everyone was really happy to get theirs too. Your grandma seems to like it, Yuza. Said she'd be sure to use it from now on. Really? Glad to hear. There's a bunch of Kameshi Maru merch now. Keychains, notepads, you name it. If you want any, just let me know. By the way, Yuza, how much practice you managed to get in today? Enough to not be a complete beginner anymore, I think. Right on. Definitely have potential, that much is for sure. Wow, pretty impressed you could tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, thought of a way I could show my support. Managed to get a high score of 2,000 in one diving sesh. I'll give you a special prize. Whoa, isn't that great, Yuza? What was your highest score again today? Let's see. I think it was about 314. Oof, I'm afraid you weren't up to snuff. Too bad. I brought shame to my name as the patron saint of diving. That's all I got for now. No more tips, ask Suya. Man, I sure hope I run into those foreigners before they leave. She's not even trying to hide that what she really thinks anymore. Hope they found them safe and sound. Oh, is that all? I'll be getting back to work then. Alright. See my grandma again. Oh, is there something you need to do, Zach? I actually have one more thing. I'll look around the neighborhood once more. I gotta make sure I dot all of my P's and Q's and dot my I's, and there's nothing here. Is Saguaro here? Oh, Chi. Ah, Chie. You two again? Still wandering around poking your noses into business you shouldn't be. How's about you stop messing around and just give up already? Nothing you do is gonna make me change my mind. I'm saying this for your sake. As much as anyone else's, Minakuchi boy. Try to understand my position. For my sake. I managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle. Even. Oh, see, I wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe I flew off the handle a bit earlier. Ended up coming off a bit stronger than I meant to. I can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say, it's best you left sleeping dogs alive. Is this about how my mom's caused that curse? The curse of the raging waves or whatever? So you already know. Heard it all from Shinobu, I'd wager. Do you believe in the curse, Miss Chie? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wife's tale. Not saying you have to believe it too. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything. There was obviously something up with Mare Minakuchi 5 years back. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and then the disaster struck. Might I just be reading too much into it? I can't shake these doubts of mine either. Said it before and I'll say it again. No diving. My stance here hasn't changed a bit here. Damn. Guess that's that. By the by, where'd you go diving today? Oh, well. Yuza wanted a particular spot, so it went about 5 kilometers south of the island. Say what? What were you thinking diving in the South Sea of all places? That even less sense than I thought. You know full well what everyone does to avoid that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Yeah, I know. But Izami and I both lost family in that disaster too. We wanted to take the chance to pay our respects. But I certainly can't say I don't get how you feel. That strange rumbling I told you about is coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. Ain't gonna get nothing from me there. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. Was the two foreigner tourists come to you? Sure did. Saw them just now, actually. What? Do you know where they went? Looked like they were headed to the lighthouse, for I could tell. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Don't go following them just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts of here. Chie, we heard that there's 2 Ama divers from the mainland that went missing. Some sort of accident. You heard, right? You think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware just how dangerous the sea can be. The 2 divers getting caught up in accidents and gone missing just one after the other. That tells me there's something off with the sea itself. We all done here? You two should leave dealing island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your heads down and safe out of trouble, you hear? Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she sure is stubborn. Yeah. Man. Oh, I just unlocked that. Yeah, what's it called? Let's do a save. I want to keep this truck going. I still have more to do. Not enough. Until my throat. Is there something else you needed, Yuza? Whatever the case, I'm happy you chose to follow my footsteps. Good thing I thought to keep Maru's outfit. Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about being able to fit into my mom's clothes at this age. You never did get any taller after middle school, did you? Damn! Is my constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing? It's nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. Doesn't make you any less charming. You think I'm charming? Azami. I always wanted to hear that. You wouldn't happen to have any other diving tips for me, would you? Oh no, bold as brass, aren't we? I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you'll come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with sea creatures. I call them bountiful zones. Bountiful zones, huh? I'd love to see one. On the other hand, areas with a lot of starfish are usually picked clean. No sea creatures to speak of. Those are barren zones. So the more starfish, the less sea creatures. Got it. The whopper of a catch could still be hiding in the barren zone, of course. Always keep your eye on your surroundings. I'm always happy to help, you know. There's no need to depend on others so much. I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it was a lovely young girl, you know? Besides, she does a much better job at cooking and cleaning than you do, Yuzu. See? I do my best to be a good grandson. This is the thanks I get. Like, that's why I do the chores bad on purpose, so I can have other people do them. Just say, oh, sorry, I don't know how to wash a dish. What, you put like soap on the counter and you scrub it? But like the plate doesn't get clean like that. Oh, whoops, I dropped the plate. I must be bad at cleaning them then. Guess you're gonna have to get the neighbor to do the rest of this for me. By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura. There's something we wanted to ask you about. What was it? My hearing's been off recently, you see. Please don't say that. A lot of Ama divers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter. Someone has no sense of humor. So, did you know that everyone thought Mom was a Raging Waves curse bearer? Wow, I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering. So you have heard of it before. Oh drat, me and my big mouth. He said Mom was a descendant from the ones that first called forth the curse. Something like that. And that's why everyone's been so concerned with what I get up to. Is it true, though? Well, if you know that much, I suppose I can tell you two the truth. If I just rest up, I'll be up and around again in no time. I want the two of you to come down to Southern Bay later, once the sun's gone down. Right. Thanks, Gran. Can't tell us about it now? I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean. Okay. We'll be at the bay at sundown. But if you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay? No need to rush now. I'll tell you everything later. You'll want to prepare yourself for this one. Okay. We're going out for a bit, Gran. Got it. You two take care, okay? Alright, let's go to the lighthouse. We got some gaijin to experience. We have some baka gaijin in the lighthouse. Ah, looks like we found them. That looks like them, alright. Excuse me. You rang? Do my eyes deceive me? Could these young islanders have come all the way up here to talk to us? Welcome! Welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourself at home. Thanks for having us. Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone has finally someone to talk to. Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk. Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume. You know we've been making the rounds here, asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way up here to meet us. Which means... I've got it. We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island, committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. You must have come here to tell us the lighthouse is off limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. Oh! Ah, the bitter taste of failure. And thus does my stint as an aspiring detective end in ignominy. I'd say that whole show is kind of a social faux pas, at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see. He must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well then, by all means, permission granted. Thank you, Oh yes, my name is Arnav Barnum. You may call me Avi, as a sign of our newfound friendship, and also because I like it better. Okay then, Avi. Ah, such a pleasing ring to it. And to what can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe Lunalight here is a distant relative of mine. Yes, Miss Circe Lunalight would be me. Nice to meet you. I'm Yuzo Minakuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is... Azami Kumo. Nice to meet you.
Yuza and Azami, eh? Pleasure's mine. Wait. Minakuchi.
About them.
Oh, so we piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from bonny England to vast America.
Not all of his books sell it well. At all.
That's right. For some reason, no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so it might as well be my main job, no? Humbug, I say! Stick a sock on it and mind your own beeswax.
I see.
In any case, I'm just your average free spirit, footloose, fancy free, and all that.
Man, Footloose came out recently, because it's the 80s.
What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature's the reason I remain unattached and unwed? Humbug, I say! Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax!
You seem to be enjoying yourself.
I am indeed. Why not give a try yourself? 1, 2, 3... Humbug!
Actually, I'm good. Thanks.
Impressive as it is, I concede that doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much, yes.
This guy sure is hard to keep up with.
At any rate, I found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Cersei here just happened to be studying in Japan, and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide.
Your guide?
Indeed, she's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena. It's such a great pleasure to converse with as well.
Iseshima's a deeply spiritual region, full of sacred places I've always wanted to visit. We traveled along the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Alright. In fact, I think it did a bit.
You must have been really excited, huh?
Is really all that special compared to other places? Of course. It wasn't called the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know.
The land whither what?
What's that? You never heard it being called that? It's said that Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 200 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Aix-en-Provence came from an eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live in. Some describe it as a perpetual paradise.
Oh, you're gonna have to slow down there a bit. So, what does that mean exactly?
We learned about it in our local history classes, remember?
Oh, yeah. I think I can remember. Sorta. Basically, Ise is such a sacred place. Even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right?
Exactly. It has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long.
But the residents wouldn't feel too hot if our noses kept bleeding all that time. One thing's for sure, though. You seem to really like Iseshima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear about that. Will you be able to stay on Kamishima tonight? You need somewhere to stay? I know a few places.
Oh, well, we actually booked a guest house later, back in the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this.
Oh, because you don't have much time then, man.
So, what brings you to Kamishima today?
I'm glad you asked, young user. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down the island, would there?
So, you really are looking for mermaids?
Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature.
Sure, we know about that at least.
Ah, then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject.
Additional information?
Well, you may be aware of the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having lower half of a fish and top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim of fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge.
Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? I wonder when exactly in the 80s this is supposed to be, because it says 1980 blank. But I know that, like, Little Mermaid came out in the late 80s. So, if, like, this is still fresh in people's minds and not just, like, the Hans Christian Andersen storybook, like, it would be interesting to see other people mention it.
Oh, but the mermaid also appears in ancient Japanese folklore, and that one's quite different. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears as seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai nature. Legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen more fish than human.
Sure, that makes sense. People would have definitely think twice about eating something that looks human, huh?
This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of the mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there were several different types of creature that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there were also reports of more human or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings where conflicting stories get passed down, and the whole concept gets treated as a cult malarkey.
I see what you mean, I think. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist, Avi.
But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bum! Oh my god! Can't believe this. I cannot believe this. I can't believe this.
This is all very compelling.
Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on the mermaids, would you?
Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folktale about mermaids here.
I see. That would align with the answers we've received on other inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us as certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns a blind eye as well as a deaf ear.
Well, it's probably not just 'cause of that.
I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now?
Man, you're gonna have to go to where, like, the 7 mysteries are.
I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids.
Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, yeah? If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way to Kagoshima? Do you have any reason to believe that mermaids could be found here?
An excellent question. I do indeed. More precisely, I had a reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists.
Taishima!
Indeed. I've obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobai, Yagame, and Hayase, living in the sea around Taishima 400 or so years ago. 3 of them? Do you even know their names? I didn't even know Taishima existed till today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously leave one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know there were records remaining of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay?
Whoa, really?
That's right. Legends about mermaids existed throughout Japan, and this region's no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sioux City and Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay.
Wow, I had no idea.
I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested.
Eps?
Thanks. This is all very interesting.
This Shinobu, he a bitch. This is our friend. He is 40 years old. Fantasy author, occult journalist whose books are published in both America and England, but they don't sell well. Unmarried. Has come to Japan in search of mermaids. She's 15 years old, an exchange student. A white man with a little girl. Damn. What is going on there? Can you be trusted, Avi? These are my mockingbirds. These are little stickers. I can't see this. Occult craze. Aliens, cryptids. Nessie, Tsuchinoko, legends of Kuchisake Onna, and toilet-bound Hanako-san, spoon-bending psychics, documentaries about spirit photography, and UFOs, Curse of the Raging Wind, that's my fault. Alright, mermaid legends. The mermaids of Betsuo. According to the Konkon Shommonju, an anthology of spoken stories, 3 mermaids were discovered caught in fisherman's net in Betsuo in Ise province, modern-day Nakabeppo, Kawage town. Alright, the mermaid of Futamigawa. There are a total of 6 mermaid sightings mentioned in Kagenki, the ancient annals of the Horyuji Temple, covering the later half of the Kamakura period and the Non-Bokucho period. One of these entries described a mermaid sighting in Futami. In the second year of Enbun, the mermaid was named Enmeiju, a name composed of characters affiliated with long life. Ano Town's Yao Bikuni. Although the exact time period is unclear, the legend tells of a girl named Otsato from Kusawara, who became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid and went out to become Yao Bikuni, a nun who lived for 800 years. The 3 mermaids of Taishima. While this information is not recorded, according to Avi's research, there's Sabai, Nagame, and Hayase. They lived in Taishima, an island said to have sunk about 400 years ago. So, which type of mermaid are you looking for? Well, it seems a lot of mermaid sightings around Ise Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? But the mermaids sighted around Taishima were the human mermaid sort. So it stands that the mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. By human mermaids, you mean the ones that look closer to humans, right?
Indeed, the ones closer to fish are known as fish mermaids, so that's what I call them.
I see. I don't know whether that makes it easier or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have been fish mermaids then, right?
Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality onto people.
Oh? I wonder.
How about another refresher on myth and legend? Are either of you two familiar with a place called Ryugu?
Ryugu? Is it related to Ryugu Palace that appears in the Urashima Taro?
Just so! It could very well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale.
Whoa, I was right. Wait. Does this have to do with it? Oh, but it's Taishima, not Atlantis. Because I remember a guy at the World of Beer who was like a college professor who went on a huge like rant to like me and like someone who I was with about like their research on Atlantis and deep sea diving.
The Ryu Dragon surely refers to the god of sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with it to be serpentine in nature. This would then make Ryugu the palace, where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King.
Huh? I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else.
Ryugu is known for being home to the priestess, who attends the gods of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime.
Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale. So she was actually the priestess?
A slight embellishment to make a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon.
There's also an interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu.
It is said that the half-fish, half-human women they were half-fish, half-human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids.
Oh?
But what I'm about to tell you, that's what I hear you say. What's that I hear you say? All's well and good, but where is this Ryugu Palace anyway? Wanna know? You're dying to know, are you? Very well then. Take it away, Cersei.
Alright. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the eternal worlds I mentioned earlier.
Whoa, really?
In other words, the sea around Issei, which is said to consist of waves around the eternal world, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to Otohime mermaids, right? That's right. Oh, that's right. What's more, as priestesses who live in the land to be an eternal palace, it wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power that grants immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the Tamate Bako. Ah. If that story has any basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, that power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality, even without eating their flesh.
Oh, you see! Intriguing, is it not?
But how would you even get to Ryugu?
Aha! What creature was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle! Okame! And what's the name of this island we're currently standing on? Oh, Kamishima! And there you have the reason for our visit.
So you believe there might be some clues
as how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? Could Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? By the way, Yuza. Yes? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mare Minakuchi? Huh? Mare Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. Oh, I apologize for the indiscretion. My apologies. 5 years ago. You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Could she have had some sort of connection to mermaids? Oh well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please, tell me more. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mare Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Oh, you want to know? I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishima home. What? So someone survived a disaster that sunk Taishima? And the descendants are still around today? Long story short, yes. Isn't that fascinating? This particular individual was also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who are said to have lived on Taishima. I see. By the by, if you're looking to seek mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds you. Your good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Yuza. Yes, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see... Oh, so you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. And you believe this mermaid in question might have been your mother. Yeah, I know it sounds far-fetched, but... I know some of it probably comes from me wanting to see her alive. Oh no! On the contrary! I find it quite interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishima. They say she took on a human form several decades ago, and has lived among humans ever since. What? No way. That would fit perfectly well with our theory. Ah, color me surprised as well. This is my surprised face, by the way. It would be very interesting if that is the case. Sorry, Avi. I think I'm at my limit. Oh my. That bad, is it? Is something wrong? My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it would appear we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for now. Ah, but now you mention it, if you're looking to make the very last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon. Wait, this is the most promising lead we've found. You could stay a little longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too, but this lady's been feeling under the weather ever since she arrived here, you see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not gonna get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay the night after all. Thank you. I was just about holding the nosebleed in. I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had a feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching. A calamity? You don't mean... Oh, I forgot to mention! Young Cersei here is a bit sensitive to things. That's fair, if you catch my drift. Okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we must really go. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yuza. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Abby! You right? You happen to find any more leads on mermaids today? Could you let me know as soon as possible? Please. Oh, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Well, well. If you hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you give me your contact information, perhaps. Thank you. Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot, but it seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really need that information by tomorrow, though. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to save and head out. My throat's starting to, like, what's it called, get a little scratchy. I need to save up for Paper Mario. So I'll be saving, returning to title, and heading out. Oh, thank you so much for coming along, everybody. It's always awesome to stream on the weekends and try a new game, especially Paranormasight too. I wasn't sure that we'd be getting this. I just finished playing it like late last year. So this was a very welcome surprise. But before I head out, I'm going to poke my beauty mark, poke the mic, and send out all kinds of positive vibes. And tomorrow I'll be playing Paper Mario, so until next time, I'll be seeing you all. Bye.